Hey guys, just wanted to show you an updated review for the NUC7i5BNK. Reason I'm having to get a new unit is from Tiger Direct, the microphone port was not working correctly, or I'm sorry, the headphone port, so I had to get another one. I was going to rate the unit 4 stars because of that, but Intel's warranty and customer service is awesome because they just gave me a refund and I was able to order another one off Amazon. Again, seeing the processor, you have the i5-7260U, based at 2.2 gigahertz, goes up to about 3.6. So it's quad core. Have 16 gigabyte of memory to test with, and then a Samsung 950 Pro. Only thing I've opened is Google Chrome. I'm going to show you one benchmark on there that's pretty nice to see, but it's only at about 4%. So just showing you a quick performance benchmark again. Click Google Chrome, opens up in less than 2 seconds. Click AOL, it's all right there. Going on Amazon, the internet's a little bit slower than the last review I had here, but still extremely quick. So this is about the same as my 6700 desktop chip, which is pretty crazy because that was a 45 watt chip, this is 15 watts, and that was a 6700 chip, which costs a lot more money. So it's pretty nice that this chip is almost as fast for web browsing as the 6700K. It's pretty impressive. So I'm going to close this down and show you guys another benchmark. So if you compare last year's model to this year's model gets 5730 for a benchmark, which is pretty impressive. I actually submitted 2 samples at 5800, so that's extremely accurate. And then if you see last year's model, it's only 4382. Again, 4382 compared to 5739, it's about a 20-25% increase, which is pretty impressive to improve on. The gaming performance did not improve much at all, maybe about 5%. Doing it 4K, I was gaming at, not 4K, but 1440p I was gaming at, and I just did a few smaller titles. I don't play many games anymore, but about a 5% increase, still pretty nice, but that Irish chip is pretty good for an integrated chip. So just wanted to show you those small benchmarks there and just see the difference between them. So if you want to look at the actual unit, you have the 2 USB 3.0 ports, the headphone jack, of course, in the middle, and then the power button is on the front, and then you can customize this LED and the power button there to whatever you want. You can customize the power button to HDD, so hard drive activity, or you can do it for power indication, and then the LED ring you can customize a lot, which I won't get into, but you go into the BIOS for that. And a lot of people were concerned about the fan noise, and to be honest, it's a little bit louder out of the box, but if you go to BIOS, my recommendation is change it to around 28 to 30% for minimum duty cycle instead of 45. That makes the fan completely silent, and if you put it in quiet mode, it won't turn on until about you get to 81 Celsius, which I was doing some work. Right now it's at 53, usually sits around 45 idle, and you can put it up to 45 to 46 when it's idle to make it fanless, which is pretty cool. The fan didn't run overnight, but you can barely hear it now, even with the fan on. And again, that minimum duty cycle is in BIOS. If you go there, you have to change the primary, and then the secondary, you also have to change the minimum duty cycle to around 28 to 30 if you don't want to hear the fan. So just seeing the sides, you have dual vents, the Kensington lock on the right. Going to the other side, you have dual vents with the SD card there. And if you look at the back, you have 2 USB 3.0 ports. I have my keyboard mouse combo there and the speaker with the Thunderbolt port on the very right. And then you have the HDMI cord right there, and then with the power cord on the other side. Really happy with the unit so far. Really a lot like last unit, except you can play 4K on this one. 4K, if you go on Edge, I'll show you guys that really quick. That has the hardware acceleration. I wouldn't do Chrome yet, or maybe wait a little bit because Chrome has not gotten up to speed with that. So let me just try to find some quick 4K. I should have had this ready, but let me try to find some quick 4K videos for you. I'll just go on YouTube.com. And again, 4K works really well on here at 60 frames per second. I'm just going to go on 4K clips. And if you just want to look at this, I'll put on 4K. Once it loads. So you can see it's not choppy at all, plays perfectly. And usually there's nicer videos than this, but it plays 4K perfectly. So if you just want to get off and see the CPU usage, I have it down in the corner. It didn't exceed 20%. So you can do Edge 4K if you want to connect it to an external monitor or anything like that, so it's more than fine with that. And one other feature to show you too, this is nice. Hey Cortana, What's the weather like in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania?
This is what I found.
This part's nice. If you want to use it for home theater, you can just ask the unit. I don't know Cortana's limitations, but it is nice. You can ask Cortana across the room if you want to ask, something. Again, I don't know the limitations, but you can ask her something or make a command across the room if it's a home theater you're having. That's going to wrap up the video review. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask. And again, I'll reply in the comments. I like video reviews just because I feel like they can offer a little bit more than just words. You can actually see the product in action. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.